Hello, it's Maria here from Maria Radici Healing Space. I thought I would come on and do a card reading just to look at the energy of this week and what messages are coming through from Spirit and what might be useful in terms of our lessons. So I have some tarot cards here which will look at where we are at the present and where we're moving in the future. I have some oracle cards here and we will look at what messages they have for us in terms of what is the energy that we're currently sitting in, and what is it that we need to know at this particular point in time. So these are for a number of different decks. So we'll just have a look at these and see what we think. So the first card I pulled down here is this one here, and this is from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle. And what it says is unbound. And it's talking about us basically letting go of any of our old soul patterns, our contracts, anything that holds us back at this particular point in time that is going to be stopping us from maybe moving forward into where we need to be and what we need to be doing. And this is particularly powerful week because next week we will have a new moon in Sagittarius. And if you look at my astrology reading on that, that new moon is really bringing us to look into setting new intentions about our vision, our quest forward, where we need to be moving, etc. And so this unbound card feels very, very positive because in a sense we're letting go of the energies and the things that no longer work for us and which we need to get rid of to basically, move forward into where we need to be. The next card here is this penguin card, which says authentic. So basically, this is about reaching out to people who are our soul tribe, the people who know us, people who get us on our in our unique self. It's also about embracing our uniqueness. Basically, that we have a lot of unique, inspired, divine energy within us. It's time for us to basically release expectations, let go of the things that hold us back and what other people expect us to do, but to actually be really moving into a sense of where we're actually moving into who we are authentically and not allowing others to direct or dictate that. And what's interesting here is the next card is power over difficulty, and it says reclaiming your power. And so in many ways, this is actually, it's almost like a sequence here, because what it's saying is by letting go of all those things that are holding us back, those ideas, beliefs, soul contracts, whatever it has been, and moving into more and more of our authentic self and connecting with people, we then start to reclaim our power and basically really and truly let go of all the things that are holding us back. And that's a very, very, very positive message as well, And this card here is the 32, so that's a 5, so that's about change. So change is coming in for us as well. So once we step into that reclaiming of our power, letting go of all of those things, we start to then really and truly, bring about the change that we really need in terms of our life, to move us forward and to move us forward in terms of where our vision, our direction, a new path, the adventures and the excitement that we might be seeking and wanting to take us. So with these cards up here, we have the first one is regain your focus. So basically this is about, moving forward and getting rid of all those things, that we need to get rid of, all those distractions and things, and really getting grounded about where we need to be and where we need to be moving next. And I've actually mentioned this in the astrology reading too, because we can be off, looking at our vision quest and all the rest of it, but we also need to stay very, very grounded. We need to keep our feet on the ground so that we can actually start to really and truly bring together those things. And what we do then is that we have these two cards, and one says embracing your life purpose. And so basically Archangel Micheal is saying here that once we move it, we start to move through all this energy, then what we're moving towards is our divine life purpose, whatever makes your heart sing, whatever you're meant to be doing, what makes you joyful, what, really inspires you and brings you together, and also connecting you with your higher power and your spirit within that so that you can actually really move forward. And here in the Kyle Gray deck, the Gateway Light activation cards, we have the halls of learning. So there are spirit guides around us. There are great lessons that we're meant to learn and that we're currently learning. And this is really confirming possibly if we've had downloads or information coming through, or we've had messages in our our meditations, etc. This is really and truly confirming that these lessons are really, really divinely inspired, but also that this is where we are actually learning and really building our knowledge and learning to flex our spiritual muscles as well so that we can move forward in a very, very positive way and actually start to step into manifesting more of what we need and want in our lives, and bringing forward that sense of joy and inspiration and excitement and the new adventure, whatever that may be in this particular point, as we move into that space within our lives. So in the cards as well, I show some tarot cards here. I'm using the Lightseers cards, the Lightseers Oracle cards, tarot cards. So we have 3 cards I've chosen here. The first, and I'll just put them all down together so you can see them. The first is the Seven of Pentacles. So here we're being asked to intentionally at this point in time really look at what are the seeds that we're actually planting, what are our intentions, what are we actually wanting to grow in terms of where we're doing. And we're also being asked to really be patient with that as well, because in a sense, sometimes it does take a period of time before those things really come to form, come together, because sometimes we may set those intentions, we may have those goals, those desires, those dreams, but we really have to sit and be patient and wait for those and keep nurturing them as well. So keep sending positive energy and meditating and praying, etc., for those things that we want to see happen. And even, if we're wanting to perhaps be really healthy, we're taking, steps towards, being healthy and having a healthy lifestyle, exercising, eating properly, all of those things. So we're nurturing those seeds that we've planted. Next, with that comes also a sense that there's a sense of completion. Like this is it feels like a sense of the end of a cycle. So the world is like the end of a major journey for the Fool who's been traveling on this journey. He's actually got to this point, or she's got to this point, where they've learned a lot of lessons in this time. And there's a sense of travel, completion, fulfillment here, and looking at and really enjoying all the things that we've succeeded with, all our successes, all that we've learned. We've really brought a lot of things together. So it is very much the end of a cycle, which is very, very exciting. And what comes next is the Chariot. So this is really and truly moving us forward and starting to think about where are we moving to next. So we've finished this particular stage of our life in this particular cycle, or this particular experience. So what is that we're moving to next? Where's our motion? Where's our sense? I mean, these cards here could also be about travel as well, because the World and the Chariot are both travel cards. We could be moving as well in terms of our place of work, in terms of travel, in terms of where we might live, for example, as well. So there's a real sense of movement here as well, that we're also wanting to move forward and perhaps be in a different sort of place, and different sort of space at this particular point in time. And so our next cards, that come after these, and one of our future is we build strength. So there's a number of cards here. So the first is the Strength card. So in a sense, what we've learnt from this journey by doing the work that we've done and really tapping into the energy, including, unbinding ourselves and really, getting rid of, reclaiming our power, etc., and getting a sense of purpose and really starting to work with our spirit guides and really have things confirmed, is we're now moving into a place of great strength, or great power, where we can actually really and truly start to make things happen. What comes after that is the Ten of Wands. So we've been on a journey, and the Ten of Wands is like the end of that journey. And whilst it feels like it's been a heavy journey sometimes, I suppose one of the things about Wands is that they are spiritual cards. So it feels like we're really and truly at moving into a point where basically we have actually let go and learnt the lessons that we've meant to learn, in particular in relation to this perhaps spiritual lesson or spiritual stage that we're in at right now, or spiritual time, and that we're now bringing in, new energy as well. Because what comes next is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is very much laser focused, knows what he wants, knows where he needs to go. He's got the big picture vision. So he's actually sitting, at the top of where he needs to be. But he's now looking at, where am I moving to next? You know what I mean? What am I visualizing next? What's next on my horizon? You know what I mean? And what am I needing to learn? And what comes after this is the Sun. So that is just pure joy. The Sun is probably one of the most exciting, happy cards in the tarot, because it's about joy, it's about expansion, it's about happiness, it's about fulfillment. And so it's like we've actually done the work here. And so we come to a place within ourselves, where we've actually really moved through, some major cycles by letting go and by stepping into our power and really and truly looking at where it is we need to be, where we need to go, and then how we need to be doing that, and starting to materialize and make that come into form, which is very, very exciting. And so what we then find ourselves, and where we find ourselves, is not only in a position of strength and having great insight and vision into where we need to be next, and a sense of accomplishment of particular spiritual challenges or tasks, but that sense of great hope, great joy, great optimism, and that's exciting, and that's where the adventure will begin. So next week we have a new moon in Sagittarius, which could be bringing us into that adventure. So this week, as we prepare for that particular time, we can start to let go of some of those things, really focus on where we need to move forward, look at what we're planting, look at where we're wanting to move, and actually acknowledging, valuing, respecting, and affirming the fact that we have done an amazing job on our journey and that we are moving to the next stage. So that's pretty exciting. I think it's going to be a very positive week. So I wish you lots of great blessings this week. So light and love, and I'll talk to you soon.